Hey, Mikey the Crafter here, back for another Minecraft video. Today we're back in the city of Tottenham. As you can see here, we're outside the shrimp box and the Paps restaurant. And we're currently checking out, I'm going to show you some of the new builds today, but we're at the Tottenham Police Headquarters, also right in front of the Tottenham City Medical Center. So what I'm trying to say here is that there's some new builds I gotta show you. First off, there's some new towns. One of them is called Glendale. I'll show you it. I upgraded a railroad line over here. There's a new highway. So this is Glendale. Now Glendale is sort of based on Eastern Europe / the Caucasus. You got an Armenian flag for obvious reasons because it's called Glendale. So it's a pretty nice town. As you can see, it's all built up now. It's very dense. It's got 2 churches. Over here, of course, we've got a synagogue. And outside the synagogue is going to be a mall. And this is the embassy. The U.S. Embassy. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with these heads. We got Trump, we got Abe Lincoln, we got Steve, and we got Obama. Very funny. Anyway, my friend built this build. I built this one with my friend. This was the first synagogue on this server. So, obviously the first synagogue and also the first church. Actually, no, this was the first church, actually. But they both look very, very old. Anyways, so there's a ton of new builds. I want to show you all of them. So first off was Glendale. Now Glendale is a halfway point between Boston and Mendoza. Let me let the terrain load in real quick while I just go and check something. Yeah, so it looks like Glendale is the halfway point. I was just checking the map. So there's a massive farm here, so it's basically a farming town. This railroad used to be a single track. I got rid of all the crossings and made it double tracked. So now it's a double track line. So it's double tracked, and it also stops at the airport, which is very helpful because obviously this is the main airport for the city of Boston. Obviously, it's not our biggest airport because Boston's our oldest city. So, other than that, we've got this cathedral, which is really nice looking. Wow. Yeah, it's a really nice cathedral. Honestly, it's bigger than the one in Boston. Now, in Mendoza, there's not much new, but there is a little new area. Well, it's all built up now. This is all new. This has been in the past few weeks. Yeah, 11 days. So this is all new over here. These buildings, all new. Obviously, there's even a parking garage here. Wait, is this a parking garage? No, it's an Amazon warehouse. Oh, that's funny. I thought that was a parking garage. So this area is all built up. As you know, there were some blank spots before. There is this area which hasn't been built on yet. This building's new. If we go this way, there's some new stuff over here. This railroad line has been upgraded. This station's been redone. All the crossings on this line are gone. This line is brand spanking new. This whole area is new. This is like an anarchist area. It ends right here. So it ends at this town. Other than that, the railroad line continues and it stops here before joining this line. And as you can see, I upgraded this whole entire line, added bridges in, and as it loops around to over here, you can see we passed the point where this crossing is gone. The last crossing I removed was this one. And this bridge is new. Brandon built it. This train station is been renovated, so there's a little path up here to avoid walking across the tracks. So this area, this is a new police department and a new hospital. This whole area is new over here. So we've got a new church. This is an Orthodox church. I don't think it's a cathedral. Let me just check. Pretty sure it's just a church. Yeah. So this nether portal, this parking garage, this park, this windmill. See, there's an indoor to it. Not really. A lot of these new buildings don't have interiors yet. This is a new beach area. So these people are all just chilling at the beach. This is the old town. Still pretty much the same. But we also have a new port being worked on. So a new industrial district. Basically, the city's been compartmentalized. This is the suburbia. This is the downtown, the old district. This is kind of like the commercial district, but we also have some restaurants in here and stuff. I think this is the school. And this is going to be the fire station. Now, this over here is a giant factory. We've got 2 giant factories, and then we've got a 3rd factory, plus we've got this warehouse and this gas station. Now, on top of that, there's going to be a car dealership built right here. So other than that, this railroad line is completely new. This is a freight line. Goes to the port. This is a freight depot. It's a pretty big freight depot. We got a huge yard here too. So this line's completely grade separated. Basically, this side of town's become the industrial center. So it's pretty cool. It's also really good that it's by the ocean, because then we can ship things out. We got 1 ship built so far. Brandon built it. So yeah, Robbie Town's come a long ways, because it used to just be this. I remember when it was basically just this. Now we've got this area, and this area. So all new. Now this bridge has been added to remove across the last crossing on this line. A hunting cabin was built. I'll show you who built it. His name is Sharp Shadow Fox, by the way. He's the one that's built a lot of the new builds. I'll show you. This is an old fort. Veteran camp. This is Jollibee. And then over here we've got a casino. On top of that, we've got this area, which is old, but as we go this way, you're gonna see some more new stuff. This statue. This is a statue of one of the czars of Russia. I believe it's Tsar. Which czar is this? I forget. So I see there's. I don't want to make a fool of myself. Tsar Nicholas II. That's what I thought. Okay. And then we have the Russian imperial flag, the Egyptian flag. And of course, we also have the Equatorial Guinean flag. I have a friend from Equatorial Guinea, or he's part Equatorial Guinean. And also, we have this area over here with the Mike News Network, and we've got the what I call the server's largest airport. We've got another small new town built by a new player. I gotta show it to you when this loads. It's still being worked on. I wanna see when this guy was last online. Deep Prime. Okay. So he's working on a little town over here. It's basically this whole area. It's a small little village. Now, some other new stuff I wanna warp to or I'm not gonna warp there, I'm gonna fly there. Because that way I can show you more. Okay, so this is the new casino in Boston. And this over here is a new train station. And then over here we have the Horvath Palace. This is the Horvath Palace. So there's always construction going on, as you can see. And on top of the construction, there is some new tweakings around here. if we go into the city of Moriah, we have a new building being worked on. I believe this is the library. This is going to be the library of the city of Moriah. This palace is eventually going to be rebuilt. This is the old royal palace. Now, we've got a Coptic cathedral here. And we also have an industrial district now. This industrial district is pretty new. I believe both of these buildings were built in the last few weeks. What is this called? Shmoli Al Abadis Factory. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So over here, this is basically based on Israel. This is the Holy Land. So over here, we have the Horowitz Central Synagogue. Very beautiful. This is the largest and this isn't the largest, but this is my favorite synagogue on here. There's a bigger synagogue. And, wow, it's beautiful. So we've got the Israel flag. We got the Great Pyramids over here. And, of course, we got the main city. Now this, I forgot what this is. Hamas earthquake. Oh my god. Yeah. I've had to remove some more controversial builds on here. So there used to be a 9/11 reenactment. I had to edit that slightly just because I don't want to get in trouble and I don't want any of my friends to get in trouble. This line's been upgraded. It's electric now. This used to be a desert over here. So this line was diesel. So basically, Jerusalem was built from the ground up. And this used to be a ravine, but I guess you just put Hamas earthquake. Hamas kisses. Oh my god. So anyway, this is the rest of the line. This train station's brand new. This is the lakefront station. And then after the line continues even further, you get to the city of Buda Mesa. Now Buda Mesa has been expanded upon. It's funny how it's called Buda Mesa and it's nowhere near a mesa, huh? Now, there's some other new things I wanted to tell you about. There's Quagmire. I gotta work the Quagmire. I don't know if I think I've shown you it, but I want to see if there's anything new here. Yeah, this bridge is kind of new. I kind of upgraded this line so that when the capital is built, people can just take this train right to Grand Central. You can also take the tram, but I feel like the train's much faster. So that's pretty much everything new. Now today what I'm actually going to show you is I'm actually going to be showing you one of the new train lines. So first of all, I'm going to get on the train, but we're going to warp somewhere first because this is pretty far from where I want to be. We're going to warp to Boston. I'm going to get on the train here, the main station. It's this way. This is the express train. You'll see why it's express. So this is one of our fastest So basically, this is my Minecraft skin. I've had this one for a while. I used to have an old Lederhosen skin, but now I use the Adidas skin. The Lederhosen skin was on my other account. I lost my other account. I lost access to it. Yeah. So the lion's getting out into the country now. As you can see, we're in a little suburban area. This area might need to be renovated a bit. So this is my friend. Basically my friend, he is working on a lot of the new builds. So what I'm going to show you today is something new in the city of Leslie. As you can see, this bridge is just beautiful. And you know, something that I've been learning recently in my AA program is that it's good for family to stay together. You know, sometimes you're playing too many video games, we have to go outside, and that's why I haven't recorded a video in a few weeks. I've been realizing, hey, I need to get outside, I need to be with my family, you know? Like, so many bad things happen because of addiction. And that's all I want to say, really. I'm not going to say get too personal about it. But that's why I haven't been uploading a video on Minecraft in a few weeks. Just because I've been having some struggles with addiction. And, you know, I've been in, you know, I don't really want to get into it because I know there's some younger kids on here, maybe. And I don't want to talk about that topic. But, you know, it's a struggle that goes in my family. It's really a struggle. So, this is the train station. This is Leslie. Now, this building, I'm pretty sure it's been renovated completely. Yeah. So you can see the sides are now circular. I don't know what this shape is called. Sorry. I'm not... And the top is being worked on. Wow, it looks like this building is going to be even taller than it was before. So the top area is being worked on. This is the tallest building on this server, by the way. Now there is some new stuff in Leslie. There's always new stuff in Leslie. This building's been moved. This railroad line is being worked on, and so is this one. I'm working on them. I know I've had a lot to do. There's also a huge hospital here. Just massive. It needs an interior though. I'm thinking this hospital is going to have to be worked on. Now, hospitals are very important. What is this? Bobby Fischer was here. Syrians are all terrorists. Shelly Summers. If you get that reference, you're an old fan. Oh my god. I just wanted to warn you guys, there are a lot of racist and controversial builds. Now that's why this server is mainly for older players. Yeah, I have caught some very racist things on here, and I have had to edit them. Or cut them out, or sometimes just controversial builds. I'll show you one of the more controversial builds, just out of the bat, why it's controversial, and why there's not really much I can do about it. This build is really controversial. This build is very controversial. And you can probably see why. Yeah, this build is pretty controversial. So let's warp to a place called LGBT City. So this is LGBT City. This is another build that was originally controversial and I had to edit it heavily. It's a casino. If you can see why it's controversial, props to you. It was originally some sort of base and I had to delete it. Okay, this is another controversial build. You can see why this is controversial. Zelensky and Clem Beck. This is gonna be another controversial build just because I'm building a power plant and it's so close to the water. Hey, what you up to, bro? Let's see what he's up to. This is my friend. He's Polish. Based. Yeah, his nickname's Sternberg. If you get that reference, props to you. Oh, I wanted to show you this thrift store. This is the thrift store. So, honestly, I've realized a lot of stuff in the past few years, and one of them is that, you know, you have to live your life by whatever deity you believe in. And, you know, there's different deities out there, and sometimes you have to learn about them. Even if that's not part of your religion, sometimes it's interesting. For example, I've got a mosque right here. I actually found out, so I have some ancestry from parts of the Middle East. This is a Shia mosque. Yeah. I have flags of many different countries. Georgia, Italy, Greece, Serbia, Spain, France, Mexico, India, Armenia, China, Iraq, Chile, you know, all kinds of countries. I've got the Romani flag / Gypsy flag. I've got the El Salvadorian flag for Butte. The Sudanese flag. And then, of course, because I'm Hungarian, I have some huge ass Hungarian flags. Wow. You know, Hungarians are Slavic too. Sort of. Actually, Hungarians are a special occasion. If you get this reference, you've seen too much on the internet. So the Hungarian flag is really special to me. This is the Goyim Defense League. I've seen some weird stuff on Omegle. You know, it's funny though. Goyim Defense League. Okay, over here is the suburbs. You get a lot of stuff out in the suburbs that's not finished. You got this zoo. I want to show you the new zoo though. This over here is a bridge. This is another bridge. But this is the new zoo, which has its own automated tram system. So this zoo is pretty big. It's even got its own aquarium. Yeah, it's got animals in there too. Don't know what's wrong with the squid. They're like popping out of the water. It's got its own train station. Boston Zoo Station. Now with the Mendoza Zoo, it's actually far away enough away from the city that there's no mass transit to it. So if you want to get there, you have to take the train. That's public transit, but it's not mass transit. Now, if you take the train here, train runs probably every 15, 20 minutes. I'm not exactly sure the frequency. I actually have to check. Because I know the line's not even electrified up here. So I do frequencies on these lines. So some of these lines say the frequency. Let me see what it says over here, because I gotta copy that information over to this line. Let's see. Stop Soros. Oh my god. Let's see. Imperial City. Let's see. Service. Let me see how often. I think it's every 10 minutes. Service every 10 minutes. Did I put signs going that way too? Where's the Suki? It should say Suki on here somewhere. Yeah, this station has to be renovated. Mendoza Suki. Okay. Service every 10 minutes. What is it? I think it's every 20 minutes on this line. What is the freaking truth? Yeah, it's every 20 minutes. Because this doesn't go to Central Station. Service every 10 minutes. Hempstead, Mendoza. This goes to Hempstead and Mendoza. And if you go that way, of course it goes somewhere else. Suki. Amanda. Suki. Track 4. Sorry, I make these weird noises sometimes. They're ticks. Service every 10 minutes. So, service every 30 minutes. Every hour. So just updating this information. So these are very frequent trains over here. You could probably get the references if you know enough about railroading. Now, I'm also gonna do the same thing over at this station. I don't know if I did it at this station. Come on, what the fuck? It's every 30 minutes. Let me check what it says at the next stop. I'm pretty sure it's every 30 minutes. Yeah, it's every 30 minutes. Costport branch half hourly, Red Hill main line half hourly. So yeah, this is a half hourly service. How about this line? Is this half hourly? I forget. Let's go and see. Pretty sure. Come on, what the fuck is wrong with this bullshit? I mean, you have all this freaking lag. I'm sorry, guys. So basically, this is showing the frequency on this line. As you get farther down the line, you have less trains. So this is going to be like a 2 train per hour thing. Okay. Okay. Now we upgraded that. Let's get to here. Service every 20 minutes. Service every 30 minutes. One of these hourly trains ends there. It ends at this amusement park section. This has got to be redone in the future. So that's it with upgrading the trains. I'm gonna check out the canal now because Sharp is working on it. Wow, he's fixing this area. Just texting my friend. Anyways, this is the center of the city, as I showed you before. There's actually a hotel here. Abbey Town Hotel and Bar. And over here, we've got the hospital. These are 2 very important buildings for every city. Now, you've probably seen this build before. This whole area around here is very hilly. Between these 2 cities. It's a very hilly area. These mountains are actually pretty big. Or these hills are actually pretty big. Kind of like small mountains. That's an artificial mountain. And as you go up this way, you can see this flag and this building. And as you go farther up, you get to this train station. You find the Cobbletown station. Now, Cobbletown is a very peaceful town. Its train station's been renovated recently, and the lines around here have been electrified. They used to be all diesel. As you can see, this crossing was removed and made abandoned. For obvious reasons. It kind of is a pointless road at this point, and it just goes across the crossing, which causes an issue because, you know, crossings are dangerous. As you remove more crossings, as you get up the line, you can see what's happening. Now the train line basically goes into a tunnel here, and it goes under this building. So I'm thinking I'm going to be building something up here in the future. Like on top of where the train line was. So, some other new things of note. Oh, I wanted to see if this guy had a central house yet. I don't really have anything else to show you guys today. I mean, there's so many new builds. We built this in one of the previous episodes. We've worked a lot on Tottenham. Tottenham is basically the residential port for Mendoza, and the commercial port is further out in Robbie Town. You can tell this is the commercial port because just look at this. This port is massive. You can tell this is a massive port town. I mean, look, you got a factory, a warehouse, some outbuildings, a gas station. You've got a triple track line just for freight. Yeah. Triple tracks just for freight. That's crazy. Usually you only have like 1 or 2 tracks for freight, unless it's a main line. I was planning on a signal tower right here. That might be done sometime in the future. Let me show you K-Tropolis real quick, because there is some cool stuff in K-Tropolis. Oh, this. I showed you this synagogue before. I wanted to show you, re-showcase this skyscraper, because just of how unique it is. It was built right on top of a train station. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. You know, this skyscraper was built right on top of a train station. It's just unique. It kind of reminds me of Grand Central, because they built that Pan Am building on top of it. This area is kind of new. I don't know who built these roads. Oh, I did. I think I was planning to expand on this town. Never got around to it. So this is the train station. We're gonna... Town's called Belgrade. So this town's called Belgrade. I was planning to build a actual station building for the station. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So I'm thinking of some ideas, looking at some images. I think we're going to do a brick building. Okay. So we're going to do a small brick shelter. We're going to use these blocks. And we're going to use glass. And on top, I think we're going to do copper. So this is the copper that's going on top. Basically, what's happened to this town is it's become a little outdated because it was originally supposed to be something else. And I don't even remember what that was supposed to, what was that going to be? So this is going to be the station building. Any idea what kind of door I want to do? I'm going to do this door. Looks rustic. Belgrade Village Station. Now we put these on top. That's the old town name, I think. It's called Robbie Village at one point because it's supposed to be like a. I think it was supposed to be something to do with Robbie Town, which is nearby, but not anymore. That's such a small building here. Really, we have such little space to work with. Not even gonna do a ticket office. That's how small the building is. Actually, yeah, there's no room for a ticket office. This is a really cute station, though. I like how it only has one platform because it's such a small station. I might even make it so these trains go express through these smaller stops. The ones that go down to Mendoza. Okay. I'm just upgrading things. Now, I gotta get these signs that they have under the tracks. Use those. Oh my god. I know they exist at some point along this line. Okay. Come on. Are you kidding me? So really speed up travel times. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to take out this sign. Basically, this is a curved station, so I had to make it slow down a bit. I think the rest of this line is going to be straight. So these are the signs I've got put up. Let's see. Justin Divvy Park Station. This express train is going to speed right through that. Then we're going to give it a test ride. So this is the new express service, non-stopping. Let's test it out. Hold on. The lag is so bad. So this is the train line. Now it's fast. There we go. Now this entire line is pretty much higher speed. Now with express trains skipping these stops, things are going to be a lot more efficient. I mean, this isn't really a major town. The express trains only need to stop at major stations. And because, as you can see, this line splits off and goes to Robbie Town, if someone really wanted to get from this small town all the way to Mendoza, they could either just put a minecart right here, take the train back 2 stops, or do the more efficient thing and take the train to Robbie Town and then get on either the local in Robbie Town or just keep going all the way to Tottenham, switch in Tottenham. I mean, it's that simple. Of course, we've got our crossing left here. I might have to do away with it in the near future. It's a bottleneck. Now, this is an old train station right here. That's what this building is. I think it's like a office or something. A rail maintenance depot. I don't know. Some of the tracks were removed. You can see there used to be more tracks. There actually used to be 4 tracks at this location. Now there's 3. So it's now a rail maintenance depot. And there's a diner, which has no interior yet, in front of the train station. Because Santiago is not a big town. You can see how small Santiago is. And I've got a big portion of it in this ravine. So, basically, we've got a lot of cute buildings. Temple Bossy. Trains every 2 hours, so that's not a very frequent train. Trains every hour. But they're every half hour to Robbie Town. So this is basically the first station in this country, which is why every train stops here. Because we're really close to the country border. Because of that, this station, which is even smaller, has even less trains. But once you get to this station, you got a lot of trains to pick from. Because you've got this line, which goes north to the city of Suki. So when they combine here, when the 2 main lines combine, is when this line gets really busy. That's why we have this station, Sacred Forest Station, in the big town of Sacred Forest, which even has its own Ticket depot. Yeah, it's got a really nice roof area. You can see we now have a path under the tracks. Connected to the different trains. So now we also have this building blocking 2 of the windows. Totally not an organ harvesting rig. So I've got this roller coaster here, which is automatic. And if we go for a ride on it, you can see how cool it is. Haven't ridden on it in a while. The more I build on this server, the more laggy it gets. I'm gonna have to get a new server in the future. Probably gonna move it online. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet. See, this coast is really cool. I like how it has multiple parts running at once too. This bridge was built by Brandon to replace this bridge. This is the old bridge over this river, as you can see. The new one is a lot more grand. More modern. Anyway, guys, this is Mikecraft signing out. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.